Hey, listen, Trenton called me last second. He said, you got to come home. We have an emergency video to film, and we have to do it right now. So if you folks could see me, I do have my nice SLB shirt on, but I have my work shorts, and I've got actual drywall mud hanging off my legs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you work pretty hard.
I was slinging mud today, dude. So here I am. I don't know what you got going on, but it's legitimately lunchtime, and after we're done, I've got to head back and sling a little bit more mud.
Well, I'm going on vacation, so I'm leaving tonight after the live stream, so we had to film a little bit in advance.
That's true.
But we were going to film for a Monday video last night, but then I got word that something was coming in, and Harry texted me at 9 o'clock this morning, the picture of this thing that I was waiting for.
Oh, so okay.
So I dropped everything, and I drove out 30 minutes, and there's traffic on Route 6. They're tearing up the whole road.
That is horrible.
I was in traffic for a half hour.
You need to go south a little bit and go on 700.
Yeah, I was in traffic for a half hour, so that was irritating. Awful. It's been a day so far, but
awful.
We have a new bottle. Kurt doesn't know what this is, and I was very happy to be able to get this. I'll actually put, if I can get the what am I trying to say? The text from Harry this morning. He just texted me a picture. He didn't tell me a price. He didn't tell me anything else. I said, I'll take it. So this is what that is.
So it's a secret between you and Harry. Now it all comes together.
Well, I know how Harry doesn't necessarily like to keep secrets all that much, or he's not the best at it. So I wouldn't be surprised if you knew what this was.
The funny part about Harry is usually he'll get you something, and then a week or so later when I see him, he'll kind of lean over and go, did Trenton tell you he got such and such? Just to make sure I know.
Wait, so do you know?
So there's no bad blood between the two of us. I have no idea what you have right now.
Perfect.
No. He can keep a secret for a day or two, just not a week or two.
Yeah, perfect. He had to drop somebody off at the airport, so he's not at the store.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I just opened this. I got this.
Oh, so you're not even going to reveal right now?
Nope. We're filming at 12:30 on Friday, June 28th, and I purchased this an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
I did not roll the glass.
I did. I took it.
Yeah, I know. I did not roll the glass, but this... Ooh. A little spillage, but this is a fresh-ish crack. It's been open for about 45 minutes so far.
Oh, okay. Well, this ought to be unique.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good. The aromas are pretty delightful, I'd say.
It smells like a nutty... It's got like a nuttier kind of aspect to it, like a tree bark or something, but it's still sweet, sappy almost.
Yeah, it hints to me, Trent, of walking into a rick house. You know, there are certain aromas that will do that to me that'll just kind of wow my senses a little bit of walking into a rick house when you're visiting a distillery.
That's like one of the best smells.
And it is.
I feel bad for the folks that work there because a lot of times they'll be like, "Did you ever get tired of this?" And they're like, "Honestly, we're just kind of nose blind to it at this point."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's kind of sad. Isn't it?
It would be sad.
Yeah.
I'd have to take a week off every now and then just to let my nose reset.
Come back from vacation and go, whoa.
It's very, it's like a brownie. Like a Ghirardelli triple chocolate brownie.
Really nice. There's some beautiful brown sugar in there. There's definitely some almost like a Demerara type syrup kind of note. I know I'm digging a little bit more into a cocktail thing, more of that Demerara type syrup.
That smells really nice. I don't know the proof on this. I honestly didn't really even look at the label.
Right,
I just bought it, and that's typically my MO. I didn't research it. I know what I paid for it, but
all right.
We'll see what this is.
All right.
Can't say I've ever drank at 12:30 on a Monday.
Never.
Or on a Friday.
I don't.
It's definitely different. Man, your lines and drywall, your mud's gonna be all screwed up, and you're gonna be like, "Who drywalled this today?" And be like, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Might have to take a little 20-minute nap before I get back in action.
I'll let you go first on this one, since this is a bit of a surprise. Higher proof, definitely. I'm usually eating lunch around this point. I'm not ingesting 100 and some proof alcohol. It's definitely over 100 proof. I know that much.
I had some lunch before this.
I did not.
I prepped. So
yeah, I did not. Pizza Puff? Family Express Pizza Puff?
No.
Oh, shame.
Not today. Not today. A lot of what we were talking about in the aromas came through for me on the palate, but I'm going to take another sip because It's got to get acclimated to that proof. It's obviously a little bit higher on the proof.
This is definitely more of a darker, I wouldn't say it's rich. It's got a nice, like a spicy proofiness to it. There's definitely a nice balance between the oak and whatever else is going on in here.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I will say I can't really pick up like much of a sweetness. I know it's there.
Yeah, it's more to me. I was going to mention it's a lot of baking spices in there to me. I'm still getting a little bit of that brown sugar, but Trenton's right. It's not on an overly sweet level.
Yeah. It's really well balanced, though. I will say that. It's not something that's overly sweet. It's not something where the oak is kind of pushing into that sweetness and dying it down a bit. It's actually pretty nice. It's making my mouth a little juicy. I don't know if that's because I haven't eaten yet, but that's really nice.
To me, Trenton, I'm getting more of the baking spice, and I'll refer to that little bit of a sweetness now as molasses note, just a darker than brown sugar. But there's also a little bit of tobacco in there going on, and it really develops into a well-rounded sip and a lot of depth, a lot of things you can discover with this. Obviously, we've only tasted it for a few minutes. This is something you could legitimately sit down with for a while and enjoy and keep discovering new things.
I just went back in for a little sniffer, and I get some cantaloupe on it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, like a ripe melon or a ripe cantaloupe. Not like a watermelon type, not as sweet, but like more of a cantaloupe honeydew-ish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's definitely a lot of characteristics to this whiskey that you could explore. There's just no question about it. It wouldn't surprise me if we actually, took 30 minutes in this video to keep sipping this.
Yeah.
That we come up with some kind of different fruit notes also going to develop with this as well. I haven't found it yet, but I'll bet you $10 and we would eventually.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say that I was given the opportunity to purchase one of these, and I only got one of them, so we could spread the wealth amongst some other folks that go into Harry's store. But this is something that, if you're all right with it, is going to remain here, down with you.
Wow,
so,
you usually take all the good bottles.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, he doesn't. He's pretty gracious. Actually, we pretty much know what we enjoy the most, and lucky for us, we're kind of separate that way. So certain things you really enjoy the most, you take, and what I enjoy, I take.
Like Wild Turkey, Four Roses.
Exactly, and then your rye,
Yep.
Good rye whiskeys that come out, obviously. Trenton's going to take those to his house, which is completely understandable.
We might get into a fight, because Wild Turkey's Master's Keep this year is a rye, and you have all of the things. So I'm like, man, I'm going to let you have that complete set. But in my heart, I'm like, oh.
Well, the good thing is we only live 5 minutes apart, so.
That's true. So
whoever want a little something, it is not very far.
Yeah, plus they go to bed at like 9 o'clock. So if I stay up a little bit, like midnight, 1 o'clock, I can sneak down here. They probably wouldn't know.
No.
All right, are you ready for the big reveal?
I am. I'm very interested. No, I don't. I don't ever sip that way to try to think in my brain what something is, but I enjoyed it immensely. I will tell you that.
Oh, no.
No, that's not it.
Thank God. Because if you did that whole thing just for Crown, I just didn't. Okay, all right.
This is the 2024.
I'm still reeling from the Crown. I was trying to figure out what to say with Crown Royal Single.
This is the 2024, the Heart release from Maker's Mark. This is what I believe in. Yeah, check that out if you want. I didn't even mention the proof.
I'm going to be honest with you, and it's a shame on me. I don't know nothing about this.
I don't either. It says caramel, chocolate, and something else on the front, so that maple, well, which sounds delicious. This was $79.99, so not as much as the Cellar Age. I think the Cellar Age was like $149, $199 MSRP. I could be misquoting that, but
wood finishing series, huh?
Yeah. So I think this is replacing their BRT, FAE, like all those the ones. I don't know if they're doing 2 a year.
Okay.
Like they were with the FAEs and the other wood finishing ones, but I know that the two folks that kind of developed the wood finishing series before had ended up leaving Maker's Mark. So after they announced that what was the most recent one? They just came out with one. It was the Blue Label. I didn't care for it too much. Maker's Mark.
The S
something. That was the last one, and I was under the impression that was kind of going to be it for the wood finishing series, and then I saw that this came out. And I think we may have said this is the last of the wood finishing series, but they came out swinging with this one.
Yeah, this is, it's 111.7 proof, and this is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, barrel finished with 10 virgin oak staves.
What's the proof?
111.7.
That's a good proof point. Is there an age statement on this anywhere?
I didn't see it, but, I wasn't extremely thorough. I looked a little bit for that as well, but...
Volume 1 of 5. I don't know if they're different volumes. I really don't. Code BR22A. I don't know what that means, but I like that they're going with this like bottle shape that the cellar age did.
Yeah, that's
a little
nice.
bit more of like a premium type of a bottle. Not that really matters at the end of the day when the juice, when you taste the juice, but I like it quite a bit.
I think it's super solid.
Yeah.
I really do, and it doesn't surprise me now that it wasn't super dark and a rich thing. That kind of doesn't really tend to follow suit with most Maker's Mark, especially those that like this wood finishing type series. The only time I've ever had a Maker's Mark that really kind of delved in a little bit more richness and darkness was the cellar aged.
Yeah.
But it had the age, it had the age to it. So this is really good, and I'm very pleased that it's $80.
Yeah, I honestly would have thought maybe if they're going down from one a year, from the FAE 01 and the BRT 01 and the other one, that they might have just done one a year and increased the price a bit. It unfortunately wouldn't surprise me too much, but mad respect for them for keeping it pretty much in line with the pricing of the other ones. Maybe $5-10 a little bit more.
Understood.
But I mean, really, this is a fantastic offering. I like it.
To me, quality matches the price.
For me, it's a little bit different because with the other makers that we've done, like the 46 cast strength and the 101, a lot of makers' products for me have this like cherry note in it. Mm-hmm. And I know when I think we were doing an Antique 107 versus Maker's Mark, it was like a cherry cola, and I believe it was the makers that had that in it.
Yep.
So I went into this hoping for that. It definitely leans more towards the notes on the front, caramel, chocolate, maple. I didn't get much maple. I also didn't get much chocolate, but my palate leans more towards office supply stores, rubber tires, and other things. So,
well, I do think there's a healthy dose of baking spice in there too.
Yeah.
Like I said previously, that is a whiskey that if you sit down 20, 30 minutes a few times here and there, you're going to keep discovering things.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to just keep discovering stuff.
Yeah.
And to me, that is a good quality whiskey when you can do something like that. When you can sit down time and time again and keep enjoying it and keep going, wow, okay, that's that or that's this.
And I mean, the cellar aged opened up a ton.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So much so that you'll learn more about that on Wednesday. You'll learn more about that on Wednesday, maybe. But I'd be very interested to see how this kind of opens up over time and see how that differs from what we got now. Maybe do like a little bit of a compare. But really, like I don't want to like get on a rant or anything, but I got to give mad kudos to Maker's Mark for having an allocated, more of a limited release being $80. Granted, there is no age statement on this. I wish that there was. That's the only thing for me that's missing. Not that I think it would really deter me from purchasing it.
No.
But so much so now you get limited releases once, twice a year that are just upwards of $150, $200, and that's pricing a lot of people out. So I'm glad that Maker's Mark, being such a like a well-known beginner-friendly kind of a bourbon in their lineup, that they're coming out with something like this, especially after the success of the cellar aged, and they knew how well that moved and how much people love that one. They're coming back with something like this that's $80. I don't know if that's exactly MSRP. Different stores are going to have different prices. I also don't know what secondary is on this. It's so new, I haven't really seen much about it.
Hard to say.
The folks in our Discord love it. It's gotten pretty solid reviews. That's the only ones that I've really checked out or heard much about. But
good.
Props to Makers. You can keep this. I'll let you keep this.
Well, thank you.
I got the old Fitz, and I have not opened it yet. So I'm gonna do that when I get back from vacation. And then don't worry, we got a lot of comments about this Crown Royal Single Malt. So we will be doing it at some point.
I'm always happy to try it. I was just a little bit taken back that was part of your list when I went to Harry. So pick up a couple.
You never know what I'm gonna pull out of a box.
I know. It's like,
that's all I'll say.
Okay. Are you sure, Harry? Oh no, he wanted it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll find out. All right, guys. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed this little bit of a lunch break.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for leaving it here. It's fantastic. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. We'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.